Y'all don't know your history and it's beginning to show. Yeah. You know this book? This book right here? At the dark end of the street, Black women, grape, and resistance. A new history of the civil rights movement from Rosa Parks to the rise of Black power by Danielle L. McGuire. This book. It starts off by telling the story of Reese Taylor. She was walking home from church. She is abducted by several white men, violated, and then released to walk home. Her father and the sheriff find her as she's stumbling home. That book is filled with examples of Black women being abducted by white men, violated, or worse in the 1950s and 60s. And because of the research that I do, I know it goes back further than the 50s and 60s. And I know it didn't stop. They weren't just being abducted as they walked home from church or from work or from visiting family. The ruses were elaborate. There was a white woman, a wife, who told a Black teenage girl that she had a present for her because it was her birthday. When the teenager got to the house, the white woman, the wife, locked the Black teenage girl in the bedroom with her husband. White men would say that they needed babysitters or housekeepers, lure Black teenage girls, young adult women into their homes, violate them or unalive them. It was not an anomaly. It happened quite often, and they were not penalized. So when I heard about Carlee Russell and I read the newspaper article that said that, one, she'd been found, but they said that she had made a 911 call saying that she saw a baby or a toddler with a diaper on in the middle of the street. They'd found her car with the car door open, but she was back home. She had walked home. She was at the hospital being treated. Do you know what my first thought was? It was a Reese Taylor who had been abducted while she was walking home from church. And do you know where that happened? That happened in Henry County, Alabama. So, no, my first thought was not, well, Carlee has to be lying. That was not my first thought because I know what Black women have been through in this country, especially in the South. It was not, Carlee has to be lying. That was not my first thought. You see, the truth will come out one way or the other. But to assume that she's lying, based on what? Her brown skin? And your many years spent watching Law and Order SVU? Is that what you're basing it on? But I know this country. I know this country and I know you. Everyone, including our own people, do nothing but heap abuse on Black women. I also know that we are not immediately given the benefit of doubt. We are immediately met with suspicion. And I also know that if she had been found unalived, you would have blamed her even in death. And what fascinates me is that it's not enough for you that a Black woman made it home alive. It's not enough for you that she made it home safe. Because we can't have happy endings. No. So I'm going to suggest to you that you take out hashtag protect black women. I'm going to suggest to you that you stop using that, because it's become quite obvious that you don't mean that.